We are following some breaking news near Reagan National Airport. D.C. Fire and EMS as well as D.C. Police confirm a small plane has gone down into the Potomac River. Let's show you this live look, Zoe, and this is from Haynes Point, which gives us one vantage point that allows you to see the Potomac River near the airport, which is where a lot of the activity is happening. All those lights there, all that activity, those are emergency responders. Okay, this is coming from Senator Roger Marshall. Senator Roger Marshall saying that this flight that went down was coming into D.C. from Wichita, Kansas. Again, Zoe, I know we're still working to find out what carrier this is, how many people may have been on board, but clearly a huge, huge effort right now to try to save the people who may be involved. This was a flight, as we understand, that originated in Wichita, Kansas, was attempting to land at Reagan National Airport. And sadly, there was some sort of mid-air collision with this 60-person small aircraft and a helicopter that has resulted in what you see here. Based on what we're seeing and what you just said, it does not sound like that the pilots of that regional jet had a lot of time to react.
And again, that's why.
We want to go back to our colleague Larry Miller, who is at Reagan National Airport, who had really one of the toughest conversations, he said, of his career, speaking with the husband who worries so deeply about the fate of his wife. She was on that plane coming from Wichita here to D.C. Larry?
And he told me that they'd only been married 2.5 years.
It just gets you in the gut when you hear about how close they were to landing and
unbelievable.
How close they were.
Could see the runway.
They could see the runway in front of them and didn't even actually realize they were in danger. They say that we haven't reached peak bloom, but from where we sit, there is some peak beauty all around us.
I think we got lucky today.
I think we did because the temperature's just right.
Yes, we got the blue skies, the crowds are sort of manageable at this point.
Now, if you look just over our shoulders, you can see these beautiful boards, right? And people have been coming over and penning where they're from in the world or from the DMV, which is also a lot of fun to hear when people tell us where they're from and love what they see. It's great. I think we are in alignment, but there is no prettier city during this time of year than the District of Columbia.
And the weather certainly helps.
Hands down. The weather surely helps.
Yep.
Well, you know, somebody had something to do with that. Who could it be? We're continuing our tidal basin coverage from, you know, just a few yards away. They're at stage 5. We need 70% of the trees out here to reach their peak before we can call it peak bloom. So you know what we decided to do? We laid out the pink carpet for Mike Litteris with the National Park Service. We said if we put a chair here, make him really comfortable, maybe just maybe we could kind of keep this going a little bit.
Maybe hit peak bloom today, declare it.
You want to break some news now?
We can break some news right here live on the air.
Let's do it. It's good enough. It feels like peak. We have peak joy for sure. It is gorgeous out here. The weather is wonderful. It's been great to just talk to people who've come from far and near. Brazil, India, Cuba, Taiwan, Beijing. People from all around the world have come here to see the sea of pink around the tidal basin. It really is doing the thing that we talk about all the time, which is bringing people together. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has decided she will not run for re-election. Her announcement came on X just before 2:30 this afternoon. And that announcement ends quite an era in D.C. politics and the life of the city. So we want to spend some time talking about that tonight. Joining me now here in the studio is Michael Fauntleroy. He is the founding director of the Race, Politics, and Policy Center at George Mason University. Michael, thank you for being here to share your wide perspective with us. So, many people may be surprised about this announcement, but you were not.
No, in fact, it's been in the wind for quite some time.
They don't understand what it means to be in power, but not necessarily empowered. It's an impossible job in some ways, isn't it?
Yes, and imagine for a second trying to defend somebody with one hand tied behind your back.
We saw up close and personal how home rule was pressure tested over the past few months, right? And we saw the president's crime emergency. We saw the federal surge that you're talking about. The mayor seemed to be navigating that very delicately, but there are some who criticized her for being too deferential.
Right. It's a difficult balance to strike.
What will be the hallmark, you think, of the Bowser area? And what happens next when you've been an ANC commissioner, a council member, and a 3-term mayor?
So let me deal with that part first.
Do you get the sense, because the mayor has now said, I'm ready to pass the baton, that this race will now, the floodgates will open in some ways, that there will be some amalgamation of the folks who expressed interest both on the congressional level and now what's going to happen here on the local level?
So there's going to be flooding going in both directions.
Conflicting reports about their conditions, which suggest that there's the possibility that they may not have passed away. And so we need to just put that out there for a second and let people know, you know, in the midst of breaking news, there is information coming in. There are lots of people involved. There are law enforcement from all across the country. And sometimes in the haze of that, there can be some signal crossing. This would be a significant one for sure. As we take a beat here to talk about what happened, this has been quite a tragic day here in the District of Columbia. We know that 2 National Guardsmen from West Virginia are alive in critical condition, but they were ambushed today, police said, by a suspect who was acting alone. They could see him on their surveillance video. They could see that he had no previous engagement with them, that he literally, as they said, targeted them, ambushed them, and held his arm in the air to shoot at these National Guardsmen. Luckily, there were some other National Guardsmen nearby who saw what was happening. They were able to subdue him and hold him down until law enforcement was able to arrive. You are an Army National Guard veteran, and this is the thing that nobody wants to happen, the worst possible thing that could happen. Can we just get your reaction to what we've learned about today?
Yeah, this is, you're quite right, the worst possible thing that could happen.
That's such an important point you bring up, and it also sort of underscores this broader concern about the risks faced by guardsmen who are on duty in public-facing law enforcement roles, and really adding some urgency to the debate around whether we need to have guardsmen going into American cities patrolling American citizens.
Yeah.
Can I say one more time that it's so good to have you back? It is so good to see. I just want to give you a big bear hug, but all this is in the way. And a lot of folks at home have been asking, is Les okay? Where is she? I said, trust me, she is great.
She's great. Yeah, I was on special assignment in Madrid as the Commanders are getting ready to play there in November. It was incredible, and I got to see something. Now, you know, I am afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I am not a roller coaster girl.
Nope. You say you want none of it.
But I, you know, girled up, took a few steps, and take a look. Okay, so you're in for a treat. This is one of the top 10 things you have to see here in Madrid. I'm standing on the 360 rooftop bar at the Riu Plaza with a stunning view of Madrid. Perhaps the best in Madrid, the best in Spain, and if you ask my friends here at Riu Plaza, they'll say it's even the best in the world. And I'm standing on this sky bridge here that literally makes you feel like you're walking on top of the city. It is incredible.
I said there was no way she's going to look down, and you did.
I did. I think I had an out-of-body experience because you're standing up there and it's 27 floors up. And for a time, the Riu Plaza was the highest building in Madrid. I know you're going.
Yeah.
And you must make a stop there.
Okay. I'm impressed.
And I need a picture of you up there. If I can do it,
I was like, there's no way. We're like, there's no way she did. There's no way she looked down, and you did.
I needed to. I did that in one take.
I figured that's what I figured.
I did it in one take because I wasn't sure I could do another one.
Yeah, that's what I